everybody. Welcome to the underground. If you guys like the show, give me a click, subscribe, then I can give you more videos like this. I'm pretty pumped up. Last week I was talking just a little too long. I just kept going. I don't know, it's the coffee or whatever. I'm getting excited as more and more weeks go by. But thank you for watching, and let's get on with it. Now, I like watching The View, and Sonny Hostin was a guest on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and he asked these crazy questions like, who passes the most gas? Of course it was Whoopi. I would not want to sit next to her. But yeah, this is the thing I have. Like, she's a broadcaster now, so, and I'm like very picky with this stuff. You notice I'm not drinking anything, I'm not eating anything. She always has a bowl of food and she's chewing. I got a problem with it. It's like, and I know you guys like me talking about my family. My mother, whenever I call my mother, she's chewing. I call her at 6, she's chewing. She's like, oh, you're calling me during dinner. So I call her at 9, she's chewing. I call her at midnight, she's chewing. She's always chewing. I was talking to this guy last week at work, and he's like, yeah, my mother's always chewing too when I call her. And she's 87. I go, my mother's 86. I wonder if it's the age thing. But yeah, so I know you guys want me talking about, okay, so one more thing about my family, just one more thing. My sister sent me a picture of her in a hyperbaric chamber, like getting oxygen for her headaches, for menopause. You know, you get kind of crazy as we go into menopause. So headaches. So you know what I do? I just take Tylenol. I don't get in that. My sister's like high tech. She pays all this money to get in, like Michael Jackson in hyperbaric chamber. But so I would like to talk about, and you notice I have all these videos. I couldn't find anything satanic in my house, so I had to bring the Omen trilogy because the Satanists came to Boston. They're near me, or they were near me. It was this weekend. Yeah, it was sold out. SatanCon. SatanCon sold out in Boston. The largest group of Satanists in the United States. They come here. Why don't they go to Texas? I don't know. I couldn't get tickets. I didn't try. I wasn't going to go. Although maybe it would have been kind of interesting to go see what was out there. But let me just tell you what was out there. So it's the second, so they only have it 2 years. The second annual SatanCon is sold out. They're mad at the mayor and the city council because they refused their request to give an incantation at City Hall or fly their flag. I didn't know the Satanists had there's a satanic flag? I gotta look that up because I don't know that. But yeah, we actually recognize Satanism as a religion. So they get to go in the army, the military, all that stuff. Lovely. They promote secularism, science, and individual liberties. So I don't know, I mean, is that Satan? I don't even think that's really Satanism, but maybe they just kind of disguise it to make it look more normal. SatanCon campaign director Harry Hufkloppen says the group has a right to give an invocation or fly the flag as other religious groups. I hate to admit it, he's right. If we recognize them as a religion, then that's why I'm saying about last week with the 10 Commandments, like, do we want the Satanists coming out? They had hellbillies, visible Satanism in rural America, and also a satanic marketplace, including chapels hosting weddings. So yeah, I mean, you know what? I might have gone just to like look at people. It's kind of interesting. Last but not least, an impious conventus, which just means godless assembly, that features satanic temple spokesperson Lucian, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Greaves, and the metal band Satanic Planet. The mayor fled the city. Of course, he didn't want to be around it. I mean, that's something I'd probably be interested in because it's kind of, I would laugh. I remember watching that Oprah episode in the 80s. I used to record everything on video until DVDs came. Now I record everything on DVD. But they had somebody in the Marine Corps, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Aquino, or Aquino, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and his wife Lilith. Okay, he had eyebrows like this, standing straight up. I mean, that kind of scares me. And his wife was like, that's what she looked like. Her eyeballs were like out of her head. And he kept blinking all the time, which made me think he was lying. But you know what? Like this, the Omen, that's what I think of. Like when I think of like evil, I think of the devil, the devil's kid, whatever. Yeah. Okay, for Ron DeSantis, my mother took me to see this movie, The Omen, when I was, I don't know, 11. Should she have taken me to a drag show? I don't know. Maybe. But I kind of like scary stuff. And my sister, who was like, I don't know, 7, that's probably worse. But I just remember that poem. Was it a poem in The Omen? When the Jews return to Zion, a comet rips the sky, and the Holy Roman Empire rises, then you and I must die. From the eternal sea he rises, creating armies on either shore, pitting man against his brother till man exists no more. Kind of scary, but I don't know if that was in the Bible or just the movie, but speaking of Satan, Trump was during a campaign stop in Florida, and he was at a pizza shop, okay? He was holding a pizza, and he had a half-eaten piece of pizza, and he's like, does anyone want a piece that I've eaten? I'm sure they were all running for it, but, I'm sorry, I kind of laugh. I kind of laugh at it, like, how far can I push it? Will they eat my spit? I mean, he's funny. And my mother wants me to talk about Sandoval, I guess, VanderPump Rules. Not enough VanderPump Rules for her last week. They don't like the show, but they want me talking about it. And the White House Correspondents dinner was this past weekend. I heard Biden was pretty funny, but Lisa Vanderpump was, it was like an episode of VanderPump Rules. Lisa Vanderpump was there, Lala was there, and Ariana, I'm telling you, Tom cheating on Ariana was the best thing that could have happened for her, because she's going to the White House, she's on Dancing with the Stars, she's making a movie. I wish he'd cheat on me. It's wonderful. But the big news with Tom this week, I don't know why I know this, but it's crazy. His sperm count, his sperm quality is low. He needs to get that quality of his sperm higher. Because in the episode last, they were going to maybe have a baby because Ariana was freezing her eggs. She doesn't even want kids. And he had to stop drinking, and he checked his sperm count and all that. But isn't it interesting? They're on the verge of, he was already cheating on her at that point. And it's just, how can you be that in the dark when it's not going so well? I could usually tell when someone's not into me. I don't know why, if they were in denial, or how people just continue on even though the relationship sucks. I don't know. But James was going crazy. He agreed to do this music festival. He was opening for Cascade, and they were all at the beach. And he's still mad at Tom Schwartz because Schwartz made out with Raquel, his ex-fiance. So they're at the beach, and he's telling everybody, yeah, I'm opening up for Cascade at this cool music festival. And Schwartz made a wise crack, was it as big as Rachella, meaning Raquel? And because that's when he proposed to her, he called it Rachella. And he went mental. Like I said, he's got a short fuse. He threw a drink in Schwartz's face, and I'm sorry. It's so good. That show is getting better and better. But, we got introduced with Katie's boyfriend. I guess Sheena calls him a Vanderpump dog because he's got this shaggy hair. He's Satchel, but he's not really, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Schwartz is definitely cuter, but I guess he's impotent kind of, so it doesn't work. But Satchel was all over Katie. It was kind of weird. I don't know if they're not together now, but I don't know if she likes the nice guy. Lala and Schwartz got into it. She called him a farm animal. Lala is kind of funny when you fight with her. She goes down and down. She called him a loser, and you're broke. She's open up a bar, and then I'll respect you, because their bar still wasn't open at that. He just picked on her lips and her Botox and all that, and I'll tell you, Schwartz, he's got some problems. He's thrown drinks at people, on women. Stassi, Katie, his own wife, he's thrown drinks at her. He gets away with stuff kind of because he's like a puppy, but I just think, and then the same show, Allie, which is James's girlfriend, they were, there's scorpion bowls, and they got the Bacardi 151 in the middle. I guess she stuck her straw in there and splashed it in James's eye. And James was screaming like a girl, and then runs to the bathroom and trips over a chair. Everybody was at each other's throats. It was so good. It was so good. It's getting so good. I love it. I don't want it to end. What am I going to do? I guess they grilled Sandoval about, did you have anything going on with Raquel? And he's lying right to the camera. No, there's nothing going on with Raquel, because they were seen dancing at a bar alone at 1 a.m. So it's kind of, here it goes. It's starting to surface that he's cheating, and I don't know. Again, if someone cheats on me, I'm even if it's, I haven't gotten to 10 years with anybody, but that's so easy to get rid of me. Anybody who wants to date me, if you wants to leave me, I'm sorry, wants to leave me, cheat on me, I'll be gone in a minute. Back to the Satanist, just a minute. I want to tell you the story about my friend, okay, and I'm still friends with this guy, but he tried to set me up with a Satanist once. and I didn't know she was a Satanist, but we met at a hotel, and I'm sitting there on the couch, and I'm waiting for my friend to arrive, and all of a sudden I see this group, and I said, I want to make a bet, it's this group right here. You could tell they were Satan worshipers. They walked in with purple robes, and I was like, are you kidding me? This is what he wants to set me up with. But yeah, I'll never let him do it again. We went to the hotel room, and they're ripping pages out of the Bible. And, you know, that's their thing if they want to do. I believe in personal freedom. If you want to do that, you can do it. What got me mad is I was like, if you're going to do that, you can at least pronounce correctly and spell correctly. I got more mad at that. Yeah, never again will I let him set me up with somebody. Yeah, thanks. I'll pass on the Satanists. I'm not going to raise my kid as a Satanist. But it was just, it was hysterical. But I love that Satanist gathering. I think that is so fun. It just, thank you for the material. I love waking up in the morning, and this is why. An Illinois man, I know this is serious, but he shot and killed his neighbor. This is what's big now, killing neighbors, who was using a leaf blower. I'm sorry, I can relate to this a little bit. I got woken up this morning early by the leaf blowers. You know, I don't want to shoot the leaf blowers. Well, maybe the leaf blower itself. It's just a noisy, whoever made that up, whoever invented the leaf blower, what does it do? It blows leaves around. I mean, what does it do really? Awful contraption. I don't like it. It's just noisy. I think that whoever invented that should be brought up on charges. I'm sorry to say that, but it's not cool. A little bit about the New Jersey housewives. They were all smoking pot last week. Frank Catania, who I love, Frankie, he got involved with this cannabis company, and they were all smoking pot. So, like, you know, half hour later, the food truck arrives. Of course, they're all eating. But it was hysterical because Gorga was blowing smoke. What do you call those? Shotguns? I don't know. It's been a while. But shotguns in whose mouth was it? Now I can't even remember. Somebody that didn't smoke. I can't remember who it was. Blowing shotguns. It might have been Gorga. Frank was blowing in Gorga's mouth. And then they all got hungry, of course. That was like, see, that's the fun part of smoking. It's like you don't see anybody going out killing people. They just smoke, and they're hungry after. So that was a good idea to have the food truck. I heard that the New Jersey Housewives reunion is like crazy. Like Andy Cohen told Teresa basically to shut up. He had to apologize to her. I guess Teresa, when she gets going, you can't. I had a friend like her once. That's why I can relate to Teresa. Melissa thinks she's going to get fired from the show, and she just might, because Teresa runs things. They cannot do that show without Teresa. But I just, I kind of feel bad because they're related by marriage, but still, like, that's your only family. And I remember the early episodes where Teresa and Melissa were kind of laying down watching The Godfather, the good old days. But, I wish they could, because I like Melissa on the show. She thinks she's going to get fired. And I remember they were on the bus because they were all in Ireland, and Melissa goes, I'm about to drunk dial my ex. And of course she's married to Teresa's brother, and Teresa's like, what? What are you talking about? Like, crazy things going on. I don't know if they actually know that the cameras are rolling or whatever, but that's, last week after I finished the show, I didn't know this, but Tucker Carlson got fired, and so did Don Lemon. Isn't that funny that Fox can fire all their hosts and they just insert a new right-wing guy and it's still number one, like Bill O'Reilly, Glenn Beck, Tucker Carlson. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to end up somewhere. But yeah, Don Lemon, I gotta say, a lot of my friends on the right do not like Don Lemon because he's very opinionated, and I mean, he's not as bad as Tucker Carlson, but I can see why. I used to watch him all the time. I just stopped watching him, but he called Nikki Haley out of her prime. And I disagree because, like, you're going to say that about men when their prime's like 18? I don't think that. Like, women, I don't look at a woman under 40. I like older. Who wants to go with somebody who's like young and doesn't know anything and hasn't lived? It's just the men look at the bodies and the face. Like, I like someone who's confident and, yeah, right, I don't want to say that because look at menopause. You get headaches, you get hot flashes. I can see why men are running for the hills on that one. But, I don't know, you can get a new face, right? You can get it. I don't know when I'm going to get a new face. I figured I'll wait like Jane Fonda did. She still looks good. She's like in her 70s, right? I don't know how old she is, but she still looks good. You gotta wait because if you do it too early, you look like Star Trek or something. I don't really like that. But yeah, I got to tell you, I'm going to end it, but I want to end it with 40% of college graduates say their degree wasn't worth it. Now that's kind of sad, maybe because of debt and everything. I guess you better vote for Biden because he'll erase all the student debt like he did with my sister. She was in debt for like 100 grand. Wow, unreal. So I got to pay for it. I got to pay for her debt. See, that's where I turn Republican. I do not want to pay for other people's school, okay? I'm not into that stuff. Sometimes I turn into a Republican, a mild version of a Republican. Okay, you guys, don't forget to hit subscribe on my show because if you like me, it's free. You can just do that, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you so much for watching.